Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I do book things here. Today's video is a Tag Tuesday and I'm doing the potato book tag, the best tag. I believe this is created by Ola and I'll include all the links to the original videos down below. I saw Ali over at Hardback Hoarder do this and then I'm like, I have to do this because it's perfect. So number one is raw potato. They're raw, okay, but they can become whatever you wish. A character with the potential to be anything they wanted. I definitely sat at my desk and like looked at my shelves and tried to figure out what I wanted to do for this and ended up going very dark because it was just something I saw and I just couldn't get it out of my head. So we're doing it, it's dark, we're doing it. The character that I picked is Jeffrey Dahmer from My Friend Dahmer. I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer could have become anything he wanted. He just wanted to be a cannibal. So number two is mashed potatoes. It goes well with anything or alone. A character that would get along with anyone in any book in any world. I had to stop and look at my shelves and like really think for a second before I just picked a bunch of stuff, which is nice. I like tags that let me do that. I'm gonna go with Jean Perdu from the Little Paris Bookshop though. He is a like book doctor and he prescribes people books to help them feel better and go through whatever they're going through, and I just feel like that alone, that sort of technique or ability, whatever you want to say, could lend itself well to magical worlds, to real world situations, and I feel like he'd be able to get along with everybody and suggest something to everybody. Number three is baked potatoes. Delicious, but also thanks to their filling. A book or series that is packed with information, but it's still enjoyable. Again, this one was hard. I thought, like, do I want to go with like an info dumpy book? Do I want to go with just one that was long and packed full of information? I decided to kind of do like a mix of both-ish, maybe. I decided to go with Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This book, I feel like, was just packed full of information for the first bit and you didn't entirely know really what was going on, but then like the conclusion happened very sort of like quickly and then you knew. I thought this book was amazing and really interesting and just packed full of information, and yeah, I definitely didn't see the ending of this book coming, and just when I thought I did, it went somewhere else in the last like page. So I feel like this was a good, you know, book full of info to lead you to a very fulfilling ending. So number four is French fries. You can't stop eating them once you've started. A book or series that you couldn't put down. That one was really easy for me. I haven't read too many series. This was probably one of the best ones that I've read. That is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr, the Deanna Madden series. Julie got these for me and I read all three of them in like a couple months and I rated them all 5 stars except for like the last one, which was still a really nice ending to the series. I absolutely love these. These are like erotic thrillers, sexy, badass chick. Yeah, I love these. Could not stop reading them. Kind of wish I could like remove the part of my brain that remembers them so I could read them again because I like them that much. Number five is chips. They are potatoes, but not real potatoes. They've been processed too much. A book or character that is labeled or label themselves as something that they're not. I'm gonna go with one that pisses me off, that I think pisses a lot of people off. Just this one little part in this book that just is so irritating. And I'm gonna go with Anna, who claims to be like a huge movie buff and like movie critic and wants to be the best movie critic, but then also doesn't know that Paris is like a movie capital, that Paris has these like amazing cinemas and theaters and history there, and it's like, bitch, you're going to Paris, you claim to like movies and you don't know this? Really? The number six is boiled potatoes. Plain. Would need some condiments, but what? A book that wasn't either bad or good, and what was lacking in your opinion to make it better? I think the most bland book, the light is somehow getting brighter. I think a book that was just sort of meh, that we ended up reading for, I think it was Contemporary-a-thon. Everyone just thought it was meh. That was Like Water by Rebecca Potos. This had all the sort of potential there based on the blurb at the front of the book, but what really fell short in this was the love interest. The love interest just didn't suit the main character and kind of brought the main character down as well, as opposed to to maybe just not having a love interest or having a different one that like better suited the character, would have probably raised this from like an average book 3-star to a 4 or 5. So a little bit more focus in her job would have been neat. Yeah, it was just a meh book, and I feel like there's so many ideas there, but they were just never like fulfilled, or they just weren't good. Number 7 is Potato Soup Will Always Make You Feel Better, an anti-reading slump book, or a book you read to get out of a slump. That one of my favorites. You guys know I love road trip books. They just fill me with such joy. This is one that I've actually reread a couple times, so that's surprising. That is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. It's kind of like cutesy and whatever, but I just love it because it's just fun. One of my favorite things in this, I've mentioned it before, is that they have like little inserts of mixed media photos and doodles and playlist and stuff, and it's just cute, and it's just nice to like read something light and cute that you don't have to like put too much thought into, and it just makes me want to go on road trips, and I love it, so that's one that I like to read. Number 8 is Gnocchi, a foreign potato recipe. By the way, I ate the best gorgonzola gnocchi when I was on my honeymoon and just about died, and I daydream about that all the time. Anyway, this is a diverse book or character. I'm gonna go with both actually in one, and probably the most diverse book that I've read in YA in a long time. So that is A Girl Like That by Tanaz Bethina. This is a YA book following a girl in Saudi Arabia and what happens prior to her death. That's not a spoiler, that's just how it starts up. What happens prior to her death, and it follows sort of like what it means to be a quote-unquote rebellious teenage girl in Saudi Arabia. There was so many things in this that I had no fucking idea about, no clue about. Was fascinating to read. I felt was something diverse, just that was lacking in the YA genre. So I would love to see more YA books like this, taking place in countries that I haven't read from. That would be amazing. So this one was diverse just for me. It might not be diverse for everybody, but diverse for me, just reading countries, culture, traditions, laws and things that I'm not familiar with. So I really like this too, by the way. So it's like a 5-star book for me, so I do recommend that as well if you haven't already read it. And number 9 is Roasted Potatoes, Crunchy Outside, Soft Inside, a character that goes through some hardships but stays soft inside. I think one of the best examples of this that I could think of, there were 2, but I ended up going with this one. I'm gonna go with Star from The Hate U Give. I just feel like she goes through such shit and such like traumatic experience, but still stays like so true to herself and, you know, lovely. This book is so good. I need to reread this because I just really liked her as a character. I liked her family as a whole, and her dad and everything, and all those characters going through what they're going through but staying themselves and like lovely people still was an amazing read. So I'm gonna go with Star and her dad. And then the last question is your favorite potato. Pick your favorite type of potato and create your own question and answer it yourself. Feel free to pick from the previous ones but still create a new question, or give a different answer. So I'm gonna go with something different, and I realize now, having reread this, that baked potato is on there, but I'm gonna go with a stuffed potato skin. You know what I'm saying. So I'm going to go with that. It's one of my favorite things, and I'm going to go for the question, a book that was just stuffed full of things you enjoy, whatever that may be. For me, I realized something that I really enjoy is fun little weird shit that Stephen King includes in his stories. So I'm gonna go with The Tommyknockers. This was a big ass fucking book, 1,000 pages, and yet there were so many different things in this idea-wise that I loved from King. Just so many like, just, oh, like I can't even mention them all. Like things that just all piece together in this overall story but are individually creepy, and you kind of go, what was that? That was The Tommyknockers. It was really good. So yeah, UFO kind of alien Stephen King, so it was really good. These little scenes that like I won't forget anytime soon that just make up the story. So I love that. But yeah, that is my potato tag. I tag anyone who hasn't done this. I don't know who has or hasn't. I'd like to see Chelsea and Julie do this if they haven't, and everyone else. Yeah, so I do hope you guys enjoy this video, enjoy my Tag Tuesday, and until my next one, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!